Hello, we have a huge crowd here, and some of them in virtual, some of them in the presence, in physical. So I'm sorry, some of people enjoy launching, but a little bit interrupted by this session that we have to do for our conference and Journal of Smart Tourism, wow, which is 4 years launching and Uli and Namo together. After 2025, we had a contract with Seiji Publishing, and just 1 year passing through up to now, and Seiji come down to hear from Beijing branch, Cynthia Wu, deputy of branch office Beijing, and she will introduce and present the summary of Journal of Smart Tourism in 2025 since we launching with the Seiji. So this is a critical moment to Journal of Smart Tourism, and at least I am a chief editor, editor-in-chief Journal of Smart Tourism, and colleague with the editor, the Uli Rachel and Namo together. So we are all presenting and presence here, so which is perfect. And Seiji, representative of Seiji Publishing, Cynthia Wu, coming here and will present for you. And welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you very much, Professor Chomo, and dear distinguished guests, editors, and colleagues. Very nice to meet you here today. I'm Cynthia Wu. I'm from Sage Publications, and I'm the publishing editor for this journal, Journal of Smart Tourism. Thank you very much for this opportunity to join the World Conference of Smart Tourism and to learn about all the latest research in this vibrant field. And it's also a very great honor for me to present Sage, to speak with all our editorial board members and about the development of this journal. I'm especially pleased to share that Journal of Smart Tourism come with Sage in 2025. Today, I will present the journal's publishing report for the past year with the data most recently up to October and November. My presentation will cover 4 sections: the peer review and production status, authorship and readership, impact metrics and featured articles, and following by all this, I will also share our working plan, our journal's development. I'm starting my statistics with the peer review and production statistics. As of November 2025, the Journal of Smart Tourism has received 68 submissions through Sage submission systems. To date, we have made, thank you to our editors, 48 editorial decisions. Among these are 22 acceptance, 26 rejections with an acceptance ratio of 46%. As of today, actually we have published 23 articles with our recently published December issue. To promote this journal, all this content today we published, we have given them a 6 months free access period. Also, members of the Association of Smart Tourism can access our journal freely. We would like to welcome you to view our journal's recent publications at your earliest convenience. And in 2025, our average time to first decision is 22 days, and our average time to final decision is 62 days. Thank you very much again to our editors, editor-in-chief, associate editors, and all the editorial assistants. This metric is a very quick speed that already exceeds SAGE's baseline standards. So I believe our journal delivers a very efficient and also friendly publishing experience. After the journal has joined SAGE, our journal, Journal of Smart Tourism, received 6,580 downloads, which means website views to our journal. And we will include, because our journal just joined SAGE in 2025, so we will include the journal to SAGE's premier package in 2026. So after 2026, we would like to expect a substantial rise in our usage, because the usage will be driven by all the SAGE subscribers' access to our journal. My next page shows our geo-distribution of our authors for our journal this year in 2025. Our submitting authors come from more than 20 countries and regions. In 2025, 30% of our authors come from Africa, and 27% come from South Korea, following by China, India, and all other countries and regions. We also believe that our author base of Journal of Smart Tourism also shows very strong international representation and diversity. With the help of our analysis tool, Dimensions, I downloaded the analysis report. It shows that our journal to date have received 432 citations to all our content. So the average citation of our all content per article is 4.19. Yes, the the dimension citations are based on the cross-ref data, which might be the most comprehensive, and it also means the most large base of citations. And as all scholars here know, that we might value more figures from our major databases like Scopus or Web of Science. Here, I also prepared some metrics from those databases, Web of Science and Scopus. As of today, in Web of Science, we have received 169 citations to our 41 articles. In Scopus, we have received 364 citations. I also believe this is a quite notable achievement for a young journal like ours, Journal of Smart Tourism. Here, on this page, I'm also showing the most downloaded articles from 2024 to 2025. Also, one most cited articles here, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our authors here. Thank you so much for your contribution. And also, we welcome you to view our articles and share your comments in the future. Next, I will outline our SAGE support and our upcoming initiatives for our journal regarding our editorial support, our marketing, and our abstracting and indexing services. Here at SAGE, as a publisher, we would like to we will dedicated to provide our support to empower our journal's editorial team by provide our timely, detailed, and field-specific data for our editors to inform our journal's growth strategy. Like, I will support all these data and services to our editorial team, and followed by here is what we have done in the last year for our journal in terms of marketing. We will use the most effective marketing channels to expand our global reach and impact. Our journal, Journal of Smart Tourism, is now on SAGE's platform. And so our journal will benefit directly from the SAGE platform. Our SAGE journal's platform facilitated over 3 million full text downloads last year. And we will also continuously improve our site to simplify our users' experience, and we will make quality research easier to publish, to deliver, and to be cited. Also, on the marketing side, we have already deployed email campaigns, website banners, and social media posts to promote our journal. I also already sent my report to our editor-in-chief for this marketing side, what the SAGE's report. And we will also register our members from Association for Smart Tourism to our latest journal alert for receiving our recently published content alert starting from 2026. In the past 2025, we have already accomplished many important tasks. We started from the first year, January of 2025, to integrate Journal of Smart Tourism in SAGE's portfolio. We completed the setup of submission system and journal homepage within only 6 months. And we successfully published our first journal in late August, followed by our publication of our first issue. SAGE have submitted our journal to Scopus for its external review and further evaluation. Actually, for Scopus, it usually takes 6 months for them to have a decision. So we are expecting some news. I hope it's good news in 2026. Anyway, any news is good, and SAGE will work closely with our editorial team for our journal to get indexed in Scopus. Also, in 2026, we will officially join, I already said previously, officially join SAGE Premier Package. which means our journal will benefit from the global base of Sage subscription users, and we hope this will enhance our global visibility and impact. Sage will also accelerate our process of recommending our journal for inclusion in the abstracting services, for example, the ProQuest and EBSCO. Furthermore, one of our most critical tasks for 2026 will be the initiative for our submission to Web of Science. Actually, in fact, both of the Journal of Smart Tourism editorial office and Sage are actively conducting the internal assessments to prepare the journal for submission at the moment. Thank you very much to all editors. And we will prepare the journals for submission to Web of Science. Actually, we aim to achieve some maybe significant progress for this initiative in 2026. Actually, here comes to an end for my report and the presentation. This page containing a lot of words is some of our recommended actions for our editorial board. We really thank you for your previous contribution to Journal of Smart Tourism, but we also would like to thank you for your future continuous support and contribution to our journal. Thank you very much, and I will pass the microphone back to the editor-in-chief.
Thank you, Cynthia. She is the deputy of Sage Beijing branch, which is very good for me, same time zone, 1 hour difference, but we are communication so speedy through the WeChat. It's using the email, WeChat, and then talking, and speedy decision we made, and then get together. So as you've seen that progress report of 2025, since Sage take over our journals, and she and I and Tevi, where is he? He's administrator of Journal of Smart Tourism internally, and Kyunghee University side, and she is a Sage side, and they are work together hard for improving the quality of a journal. And I work with collecting paper, review paper, and processing it, and pushing them to, as everybody knows, review is always hard. And the collection, the data, their collection papers from authors is really challenging, really challenging, because we are not indexed yet. Any university, has not value at all for non-indexed journal, which means it's a totally game of a human relationship game and a human kind of a intimacy game. So before we get in touchdown the Scopus index. So I'm so highly appreciate Uli Gretcher, the co-editor of Journal of Smart Tourism. We are starting together Journal of Smart Tourism 2015, and then since that time, actually 2013, we opened up the Smart Tourism Research Center. She participated and joined that, the launching day, and then 10 years, about now it's over 10 years, we're slowly progressing up to now. And then Namo, he is control internally, control me. And he supports very much to our work and pushing me to, and managing me through me, and I'm working Journal of Smart Tourism. So we are all three equivalent to, and also I'm highly appreciate the authors who are submitting and publishing the paper, your papers in Journal of Smart Tourism. Especially, hey guys, hey brother, and Phil Jiangxiang. I'm asking him 2021, ask him to writing a short paper about the genre of smart tourism. I starting, and he wrote a very good essay of why this time need genre of smart tourism. So it's a great, steering committee and steering, a professor colleague to me. And also we see Dmitry Buralis, he's always supporting me, and he's a member of a steering committee. Using his name for promotion genre of smart tourism. So this year is a critical moment, and Dmitry, please submitting your name about the future, not just the smart tourism. It's just your philosophical approach that's necessary. And also Lawrence Pong, he's submitting 2 or 3 papers to the journals. Wow, he's a fantastic contributors. And TK, he also submitting papers, and other guys. So it is a cooperation game, and it's not just my role in the journal. It's not my journal, it's our journals, in our community journals. So Yongbei, he also solely submitting to the journals, single authors. He's quite busy. He just lasted over 2 years. He made 2 kids, which is fantastic. So 2 kids. Now working on 3 kids. So he's a secretary of Journal of Smart Tourism. He's work a lot. Tehi, doctor. Okay. So from now I accept a few questions from the audience and the colleagues if you have. Okay, if you're not. This is 2026. We already submitting to the Scopus, which is operating by these Elseviers. So hopefully, we gotta waiting for the good news from Scopus index. If we got the Scopus index, the number of papers, I don't need worry about anymore. I control the quality of papers from now on, once we get in index the Scopus. But Scopus is not the matter, but it's going ESCI and SSCI index. It's a long-term visionary goal. Actually, as far as I know, JIT is also quite a long time to get indexed, right? Now Uli Gretcher is a new readership of JIT. The field is stepped down and delivered the power to the Uli Gretcher. So Uli, she's handling both JIT and JST, which is a good news to me, good news to us. And Dmitry is editor-in-chief, Tourism Review. The Tourism Review, TR, I published a paper in the special issue before the TR SSA indexed, right? You ask me, not ask me, force me to the work. So anyway, so at least I have 2 times experience, journal experience before indexed. So JIT was a hard time that time, very hard time without index. So the community of IFID, they are arguing and talk and discussion about how we get the indexed. And then Phil is finally got indexed now. It's an impact factor over 6, 7 something, right? Yes, it's a power of his readership. And now it's a Q1 journal. And probably, not probably, definitely Uli will make that journal is more, top high-tier journals sooner or later. And I know that I don't know exactly how the tier processing going, but when I met Dmitry 2000, where was that? Barcelona, and he asked me to do the special issue smart tourism in TR, Tourism Review. But he said that time the pipeline in the database is 0 submission. And after he took over that Tourism Review, because of his name and his readership, and then the paper is submitting papers is tons of coming to the Tourism Review, right? So he said, so it's a journal game. It's not matter of research itself. It's kind of game of a business game between in the community, especially the academic community. So I'm from Korea. You know, as you know, Korea is so promising and doing well, K-pop, K-content, whatever, except what? Journal business. It's not my business, but I'm from the Gyeonghee University, South Korea. South Korea is a very strong link to deal with academic business. So that's a big issue in South Korean university and academia. Actually, as far as I know, South Korea SS journal is 1 or 2 papers controlled or moderated by Korean. You know, individually Korean people are so great and outstanding, and they are smart, but we don't have any kind of a indexed journal in social science. I don't know the SCI, but not much. So it's kind of a destiny, and it's kind of a, you know, my responsibility to make this journal indexed for our community, as well as, I don't want to say our country, but for South Korea. Korea brand is going well with K-pop, K-star, whatever, and then the song and movies are receiving very good, you know, the world in America, even America, in Europe, whatever. Why the academia is so behind and so uncompetitive? It's a shameful, actually. So this WCST, that's why Namo and I, we have to make our Korean academic change to join the international level, global level base, the quality. So I think it's by helping of Uli and Phil and Dimitri's and Lawrence, Taekyung, they are all very, very diligent and very heavy, busy, and somehow a contribution to this journal. I highly, highly appreciate for your contribution, and it's a touring. So next year, we're gonna go the Scopus, and with Scopus, we are apply for the ESCI shortly, and we actually never know what happens next stage, because Clarivate is controlling everything, so we are just keep trying on our part. Thank you very much. Okay, question?
You seem like you're on a mission to make Korea great again.
마가 코가
Okay, thank you. Very nice joking.
First, let me say well done, because what you have done is a huge achievement. And the second thing, I'm going to give you a piece of advice.
Sure, thank you.
That you wouldn't like.
Wouldn't like
You would not like.
okay.
Do not rush.
Us.
Do not rush. Don't be in a hurry. It's going to take time. Focus on quality, not quantity, not numbers, the quality of the submissions. JIT was like that 10 years ago. I restarted Tourism Review after it had died. Some people told me, don't rush, go slow, but go earn the credibility of the journal. Same thing with the other journal, what's called the International Journal of Tourism and Hospitality Technology, Chihan Journal. Same thing. So work with your publisher, not to focus on numbers, but focus on quality. It's going to get there. You've got a very small area, and therefore you are not going to get awful lot of submissions. Get good submissions. That's the way your impact factor is going to go, and everything else is going to go. Okay.
Okay. The 100% I agree and accept your advice, and I do not focus on the number of paper submission. I focus on the quality of papers. So that's why I need paper from like a wood graduate. I'm periodically ask her, and periodically Xiang, and periodically Lawrence, and hey, Dago, please, your visionary paper for AI and tourism, 2,000 words. There's a quality of paper. You know, actually, the just a young journalists, even not recognized from the academia. But colleagues even, you know, they are like me, but they are busy. Even they have to promote it, they have to you know, survive, they have to transition to another school. Every single they need is indexed journal and top tier journals, whatever. Why they have to make their available the prestigious time for making, you know, non-indexed journal papers. That's why it's so tough game, actually. But, you know, with Uli Gretchen is a name is a guaranteed name, really. And Xiang is a guaranteed name, and Gretchen and Wallis is a guaranteed name for academia and a tourism community, and even the social science community. So Namo and I, we are in South Korea. Actually, I don't mean we are not in yeah, but we do work hard. You know, actually, tourism business is a main tourism industry is Europe. They starting, and the main hospitality business is the U.S. And then Korea and the South China. As you know, everybody knows, everybody agree with that Chinese academy is going skyrocket to the citation game, and even there are tons of money pouring into the journal business, right? That's why the branch Seiji is in the Beijing. And you know, funny story is Seiji, they searching my performance and then searching me, and then they are providing very great deal. Even I'm an individual, but they suggest and provide me very great deal for Seiji, you know, inclusion. So I'm so appreciate for Seiji, you know, policy and decision to invest their resource and money to the young journalists, which is you know, and after Seiji, we are the deal with, and I bring this to the Gyeonggi University and show up to the president of the Gyeonggi University. This is what I achieved so far, last 4 years with NAMO. And the Gyeonggi University president, he just made a decision in front of me, I will support you. So how much money you need? And I need this kind of money. And he ordered to his secretary, 5 years, enough? Okay. So it's kind of a political game, something like that. Deal with the Seiji again.
I really appreciated Cynthia's slide about all the things we can do to help the journal, and one is really building the future scholars. And I think there's a unique opportunity for this journal because the big journals, they receive a lot of submissions, and they're happy to desk reject, right? And it used to be completely different. When you submitted to Annals of Tourism and the editor saw something in your paper, they were willing to help you build that paper. Jafari in many ways has, you know, built the field because he was willing to actually work with authors because he saw a good idea. And I think that might be an opportunity for this journal where instead of just saying no, we actually say, well, you have a lot of work to do, but we believe in this idea. And so I'm wondering what we are doing as a journal to maybe help build careers and support junior scholars in terms of publishing, in terms of reviewing. I think, yes, they need the numbers once they graduate, but I think they also need the advice and the experience, and they're happy to be part of a journal. So any ideas what we could do to make that happen?
That's why I made this session for sharing our visionary direction and sharing that our consensus effort. And I wish, and I really asking you junior faculty and the PhD students to submitting your papers. Not, but this paper is not easy actually. The rejection rate is right. I screened everything. So even though we are non-indexed journal yet, but I see the control, and I bring the top researchers' artwork to our journals. Probably this conference, we are recording everything. So why we are recording everything? I'm going to make this verbal work to the descriptive work again. And I put this work into the journal, short, conversation, research note. So I try to keep, update newly, thought and opinion and idea, and I'm sharing it to our audience. So that's one of my policy. And also we have different types of the articles. So one is full-scale research article, and research idea is 2,000 words. And the conceptual of smart tourism, like Woolley, she's showed us where we are heading to the future. So this kind of conceptual papers we keep flourishing and publishing to our community. I know, as everybody knows, technology is not belonging to Journal of Smart Tourism or ZIT. It's technology issues. Everybody they handle and deal with the technology as variables.
But maybe like at the conference next year, I mean, we have so many, experienced researchers here. Could we have more of like a paper clinic where, junior researchers can actually present their ideas, kind of what we did at Enter, where they can pitch an idea, and then we help them develop the idea into a
Very
paper.
good, right. Very
So
good
something like this.
In fact, we can do it from this year.
Yeah.
During lunchtime, dinner time, this approach.
Good.
Think about the global context, like where actually people, both in the industry and in academic world, actually pay attention to smart tourism, right? The Americans, they don't care that much, to be honest with you, right? There's a very, very limited conversations on smart tourism, but of course, people talk about smart cities, smart other things, right? But smart tourism per se is not really a big part of the conversation. But if you look around the world, right, there's, based on our analysis of the literature, if you trust the analysis, really Asia, East Asia, Korea, China, right, and the upcoming economies like maybe Vietnam, right, and then South Europe. Europe is also limited to certain countries, Italy, Spain, like not so much in Germany, right? Nothing's happening in Germany. And of course, South America. So my thinking, maybe for you to, to consider is look at if you want to allocate your energy and resources in terms of growing the interest in, by identifying those communities. I was surprised when I talked to Wu, mentioned earlier, when I seeing the percentage of Chinese, manuscripts contributions from submissions from China. It's like 3%. This is pretty, very, very. I can't imagine, right? So, maybe doing a workshop, right? A paper,
Yes.
whatever, right? In China would, be helpful.
Yes. That's why next year, 6 months, I stopped my working in university and I got the sabbatical and I move around China and Indonesia and Vietnam and selling, not fishing for fun, it's fishing for business. And also like China, Vietnam, and India, and this is a growing economy and also growing academic, So definitely I already know some America and Europe, they are pretty much established, they're pretty much, well organized. Everything is they got the power, they got the platform, they got the brand, everything is they have. But the number and the people more energetically, working for the journal and academia from this region. So definitely I'm going to work with our editorial board members to find more promising opportunity in Vietnam, in China, again, and in Japan. One of the biggest contribution group in this conference in this year, Japanese group. A lot of Japanese are attending this conference, and actually it's so surprising and very interesting. Between China, Japan and Korea is the most closest country, but we don't communication very much about academia. A lot of Korean people are visiting Japan for enjoying the food and the bath, ryukang, and spa, whatever. And a lot of Japanese visiting Korea for dining stuff, but not much talk academia. So I'm appreciating some Japanese scholars in last year in Winter Conference, and I'm asking them to join this conference, and they probably registered about 15 something. The good thing is I'm told them to use their mother tongue language. So it's option 1 is English, option 2 is Japanese. So if you feel confident speaking English, you can do in main conference session. But if you don't want, they speaking fully their mother tongue language. So which is a great impact for them. They say it's so happy to speak Japanese language in another country. And also I allowed them to submitting to only PPT file, the slide file, the manuscript file. So I want them to chat freely about smart tourism in Japan. And I'm going to share this kind of a work onto the Journal of Smart Tourism with a short conversation. So it's different format. So as a late entrant of global market, I'm using something different approach and format as possible as I can. Please input your idea or your opinion or advice to me, and I listen your advice and voice, and then I can drive into the better way, faster way, and touch down to the goal. Any questions? Seiji? So Seiji is a critical role for get indexed. So we should get indexed this year, Scopus. Through your experience, positive or not? You have a tons of experience. You don't know.
I can't share at the moment.
Okay, at the moment. Okay.
I think the most important thing is to have a consistent For all of these things, the most important thing is to have a consistent flow of papers. It doesn't matter how many, how few, but being consistent and good quality.
Yes, that's challenging. Consistency. So the consistency means the consistently receiving the manuscript and regularly review processing. We have a stage system, so review is not the matter anymore. So I can ask reviewers and I can ask associate editors to assign and finding the reviewers. It's not a matter of getting the review consistency and the writing time. Now is inviting the good quality papers about our area. We are not focusing on the smart tourism. We are focusing on the general topic as well. Smart tourism is our advantage using our general name, but why we need the smart tourism? It's good. That's definitely necessary tool and necessary, the system necessary, things for the tourism and travel and the human hospitality. So we cannot isolate from the fundamental agenda of the tourism and hospitality. But we are leading the topic of smart tourism as well as additionally I open up the general topic to our audience. So we're going to managing it balancedly. One is focusing on smart tourism and concept and future, direction. And another one is regular papers, and even the talkative issue, whatever. Okay. Gami from the Deakin University of Australia.
Hi. Thank you very much. My background is a little bit different because I'm a professor in cybersecurity and I'm an AI researcher. But in tourism, I did have, I think, some kind of interest. My experience with another journal is very new in cybersecurity was Spring, but I think some of the idea we can borrow it in this JST journal because I found that they are very successful. The first thing they did was, of course, at the very beginning, most of the journal they found you don't have too many submissions. And then later on you found that most of those kind of submissions, they are from, say, India, Pakistan, and then they are master students, and maybe the whole university, everyone submitted as an assignment to the journal. And then you find that it's very difficult to find any paper which is qualified. So that's very beginning, very difficult. And later on, of course, if this kind of submission pool is big, we can be picky, and then we can ensure the quality. So that is a later stage. But I think we have already passed the first stage. I think now many of our students in the business school, they know this journal. And something I found as in the other journal as a cybersecurity very successful was they invite, for example, PhD students to write a particular specified as a survey paper on those kind of, say SOK paper. And for those kind of paper, because in whatever way, they provide there's a systematic channel for people who want to know the area, to want to study it. And so that is one thing that they did it, and also attracted a lot of citations. So that is something we may be able to try. Because for most of the PhD students, they will have to write a survey, but I would say majority of the survey, they never get published anywhere. You see that TM, JTR, now it's very difficult to publish them. So we can provide this kind of channel. Another thing I think we can consider, of course, maybe with some sponsor is, because smart tourism is one area which has been, I think is a buzzing word. And then whether it's possible, maybe with a sponsor from SAGE or from your university, hosting university, we can have some kind of awards for journal paper of the year, and that's for smart tourism area, not necessarily for this journal, but the whole area. If it is related to smart tourism, we can have this kind of awards, because junior staff members may need this kind of certification or awards for promotion. And PhD students, if they get a journal paper of the year awards, That's they may be easy to find a job. So that's some kind of suggestion at the very beginning we may consider it, because from the other channel, that's I'm professor in cybersecurity. Okay, that's very difficult to establish anything new, but they did it, and then we think we can, and we can move forward by this kind of idea. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Actually, recently, Gangli, his group published a couple of papers to the Journal of Smart Tourism. I'm very thankful to your contribution. And he is a computer science guy. So he worked with the tourism researchers together. Anyway, he keep submitting to his papers to our journals, which is a great help. Okay, we have TMP, Tourism Management Perspective Editors. Please comment on me or on our journals, your experience.
Chomo, I think your idea about being stationed in China for your sabbatical was a good idea, actually. Because that's what I did for TMP. With TMP, initially we didn't have submissions from China. And that's what I did. I went to China to visit some universities, and now we have some submissions from China. And now our problem is we don't have enough submissions from North America, so that's why I was there for 3 months last year. So just go to the continents where you want papers from and engage with the scholars and get them to see you more of. And then what we did also was we put representative, like editorial board members, especially the senior editorial board members from the regions that we want to be more visible of. And then for example, we don't have enough submissions from South Latin America, actually. And I wanted more work from that region. And what we did was we had like almost like a guided workshop for Latin American scholars. And we had 2 of our editors who speak Spanish run multiple workshops for them. And so the workshop was not open to everyone, but open to people whose abstracts have been accepted for the special issue. And we ran several workshops to help them shape their paper for the special issue. So that was one of those things that we did.
Thank you very much. Your advice is definitely valuable and necessary. I'm going to visit China, Japan, and Vietnam next year. Please invite me. Oh, I can pay for my itineraries. Don't worry about that. Okay. So I'm definitely visiting around to make more exposure our journals to their communities. Any comment? She's you. Yes, you. Because she's promised and committing AE in the Journal of Smart Tourism, and she's done work hard and diligently. What's your experience about her?
Well, I'm so surprised because I didn't expect that I will see something in this, meeting. Well, so my name is Kaide Sano. I come from Wakayama University and Center for Tourism Research, Japan. Well, so it's my great honor to serve Journal of Smart Tourism, and it's my great pleasure to be the member of this family. Well, so I just noticed the submission from Japan is only limited in 1% from the graph. Well, so maybe in the near future, so maybe we can think about to promote some special issues in Japan, because the awareness of this journal is still not really very high. Well, so it's my great pleasure and my great honor to promote this journal, and I would like to encourage my friends and my colleagues in Japan to submit their papers. And I believe, okay, so our journey is still really very long. Well, so we have very high hope. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sono. And one last comment from Lawrence and Lung. They are very important asset of our community. They energetically cooperate with me from Hong Kong. And
Thank you,
Macau.
Chomo. Actually, I feel very proud to be on the editorial board of JST. Just beyond that, actually, I also want to share my feeling in this conference. It seems like I'm in enter. You know, yeah, I have that kind of feeling in these 2 days. Yeah, so, but just one suggestion, because you're talking about like China, right? And then, you know, I'm also in the WeChat group of tourism review. Yeah, you see, you have 497 people in that group. And then, so I think, yeah, Chomo, actually, I know you also have the group for this conference. Probably, yeah, that would be a good platform to promote this journal. And then I think the number of people will keep increasing, especially in China. I think WeChat is a very important promotion channel. And then I will try to get my connection and students in this group. I'll try to expand it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Lung?
Thank you for having me. I think we may need to improve the visibility of the journal. I think there are still many countries, many scholars from different places may not know the presence of Journal of Smart Tourism. One proposed idea, which may not be a very good one, but you may consider, is to tell that the conference organizer, so JST, can be the place for publishing that the, let's say, the award-winning paper selected by their scientific committee. Of course, the paper has to be related to the theme of the journal, but I think it would be a good way to let more people understand the nature, and also this will be a good avenue for publish their work. So when they have other works in this theme, so they will consider JST can be a publication avenue. So just my 2 cents on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, time is almost up. We're gonna finalize and closing remark from the editor-in-chief, Journal of Smart Tourism. I need your help. I cooperation look forward, and if you have a great idea and opinion to this journal, do not hesitate say to me, and I will accept your humbly idea. And also, once again, like please arrange me or connection me to your community. I will do play into there, okay? And once again, thank you very much for joining this editorial board meeting, and say to your boss what we have done today, and say French. And also, we are still 2 more sessions, and please enjoy until the gala dinner tonight at 7 o'clock, but we are bus waiting for us at 6 o'clock. So you jump on the bus, and we're gonna go lead restaurant. It's a great restaurant, and we're gonna enjoy our gala dinner. And we have awards. Award. It's a couple of here people, potential, you know, contributors in the award will deliver to you. Don't forget that. And thank you very much, and look forward to see you in Da Nang 2026, December 17, 18, 19, 20, Da Nang, Vietnam. Thank you very much.